Okay, we made it back to the shop with our prized possession, our Friday Temptation from Marketplace. I think we got a 1972 Dart Swinger, Dodge Swinger, however they say that. A-body car. I think it's a 318 car. Automatic transmission. Got some cool Kragers on it. Let's do a little walk around and see how it looks here. So it's got a few dings and dents, but it's not bad. As far as body wise, underneath is nice and solid. There is some rust in the body. The interior looks really nice. Actually got a nice clean bench seat. I think these seats were reupholstered at one time. Got some killer stereo speakers in the back. Man, look at that. Really badass. And it's got some Pioneer speakers down there by your feet. Got an underdash AC showing. So it's 77,578 miles. Now the story I got is that this was owned by the little old lady of Pasadena. You know, that's what they always tell you, but this one might actually be a one-owner car before this gentleman had it. Brake pedal doesn't even look to be wore out. Gas pedal's not wore out. Actually still got a nice headliner in it, which is really shocking because I'll show you why later. The glass looks like it's all good. Even the front windshield's not cracked. Let's see what else we got going on. Got some rusty Kragers on there. Got some nice new 14-inch BFGs on there, which is really nice. It's got a flat hood. Got a nice front bumper. Even the front valence is almost perfect. Got a couple little dings over there, but nothing much. See the turning signal lights. One is inside. I don't know if the other one's still around, so we'll see about that. Let's pop the hood. Get a look at this this huge motor. See if I can find the latch. Up here. Got this monster Hemi under the hood. No, not really. I think it's a 318. It's got an AC compressor on there still. Looks all complete. All the wiring's in there, all the plugs are there. The fender tag is still here. It's a little crusty, but I'm going to decode that later for fun. I just love that these Mopars have these fender tags, and you can just find out just about everything about how this thing came from the factory, which is really cool after all these years. It says it's a L, what is that, LH23G, so that should be 318, and number 2 after that should be 1972. All those other numbers, I'll look those up later and add those in. But it still has a battery tray in it. That's it's not all rusted out. It's a little crunchy here in this inner fender well, but it seems like the metal is all still solid. But looks good. I think hopefully this thing should be a runner. We'll find out. Let's see what the other side looks like. Let me grab the keys because you're going to want to see the trunk of this thing. It's another area that's really remarkable. Yeah, it's even got a gas cap on it. Let's see here. Let's open her up. So, feast your eyes on that trunk. I don't know. I mean, there's a little bit of rust right there around where the gas tank filler neck goes in, that little plate that goes around there. But the metal in the trunk is all really looking solid. It's got some original hubcaps. Right side over here. Now it does, I don't think it's rusty under here. I mean, it looks rusty with a spare tire because it got some water in here, but I think actually the metal is all still there. It's not draining out the bottom, so the tire looks like shit on the bottom side, but we'll clean that up and drain that out, and I think there's gonna be some good metal under there. This right side looks all good and solid as well. So that's a shocker. I don't think I've had a 50-something-year-old car in a long time that didn't have a rusted out trunk. The truck gutters are nice and solid. I think we're even good up in there. I don't know, get all these pine needles out of there. I want to take a look. All around that side looks good. The trunk lid is even solid. It's not, the trunk lid is not rusted out on the inside. Hell, 99% of the ones I see or get, the trunk lid is rusted out from the inside. This one, let's see. Hell, even the corner, the seams, the corners are all just as clean as they can be. The little old lady from Pasadena really must have kept this car inside most of its life. Missing a marker light there, maybe. It's got a little bit of a whammo in that quarter. Got some rust in that lower quarter as well. It's very minimal there. Got them smoking Krager rims. Got them smoking Krager rims on there. Make everything look better. I'm hiding the elephant in the room, which is why this car was so cheap. Now, you don't normally find a old Mopar with an engine in it, title, some nice looking wheels on it, and not all rusted out for $1,000, unless there's something else hiding. And it's not really hiding, it's really right here in plain sight. And that is the ill-fated roof. And I'll be damned, you know, I can't say I hate the look of a vinyl top. I really kind of like them, but I hate what they did to all these beautiful classic cars. I mean, my God, this car would be perfect if it had never had that vinyl top. And it's just a shame how many of these old cars just rusted away because, you know, those vinyl tops were on there. They didn't prepare the metal underneath well at all. And when the moisture got in there, it just ate holes all over the place. And this one's got some bad holes there. And it's also got holes, of course, around the bottom edge and the backside around the window. So we're gonna have to do some kind of some quick and dirty repairs on that stuff, just to make it where it's dry. You can wash it without it being like a flood on the inside. That's really all I want to do with this and get it running. And we'll see what we do from there. But very cool car. Really happy to have it. I think it's going to be a cool little cruiser. Probably not going to stay with me for a long time, but it just has a nice looking stance too. Just a cool old car. All right, let's try to get it unloaded off the trailer here. Okay, I've been pushing and pushing on this thing, trying to get it to start to roll down the ramps, and I'm like, it's in neutral, why won't it roll? And I forgot the owner set the emergency brake, and actually it works. So I don't know about the rest of the brakes, but the emergency brake works, so that's handy. But we'll see if I can roll it down here without smashing into something. I've got several blocks down here, so we'll see how it goes. has landed. That was not so bad. Alright, let me wrap up this trailer and take it back to U-Haul so I can go eat some dinner. Okay, I'm going to pull the plugs out of this thing, and the first one I pulled out here in the front, basically have some high dollar platinum Bosch plugs, and they don't look too horribly bad. They're a little sooted up. I stuck the camera down in this first cylinder, and it had a little bit of carbon buildup, but it didn't look rusty or anything. So let's pull these other plugs out and see what we have there. Also, down around these plugs is filled with all kinds of grass and stuff, so I'm going to vacuum all that out before I pull these plugs. Well, we got all 4 plugs out on this side, and they all look exactly the same. No rustiness, nothing funky looking there. So I'll run the camera down each cylinder and take a picture of each one, and we'll take to see how that is. Okay, all the plugs have been out, scoped them all. They all look clean, just got a little carbon in them. Went ahead and dumped some Marvel Mister oil down them to give them a little lubrication before I try to turn it over a little bit later. Still have to pull the plugs and look at the other side. I wanted to look inside the master cylinder, see what's going on. The lid is off it and both lines are disconnected, so it's not a good sign. Surprisingly, when I picked it up though, the emergency brake does work, so at least I know the rear pads and stuff are there, so I haven't even pulled wheels to look at any of that. But let's see what's going on in here. Very rusty. Okay, very dry, and hasn't been any fluid in there in a long time, looks like. Okay, we may not have much luck in making that thing work, but I'll dump some brake fluid in it, see if anything will loosen up, and we'll move on to the other side and pull the plugs out and see how that's going. Okay, I pulled 4 plugs here on the passenger side, exactly the same as the driver's side. Very good condition, no rust, a little bit of carbon, barely. Put a scope down the cylinders, took pictures here so you can see. Look really good too, no issues, nothing looks out of place. So we'll go ahead and dump some more Marvel down this side of the cylinders. I'd say this thing should be easily a runner, should easily be able to turn over unless there's some other bottom end issue or whatever. So we'll give it a try after I get the cylinders oiled up, and we'll put a ratchet on the crank and see if we can turn it a little bit, and we'll kind of see how it goes from there. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing to turn over by hand first. I can't even get my hand down there in that main crank pulley to even see if there's a bolt on there, but let me try to grab the fan. I tried to do it before, but the belts are slipping, so I'll have to squeeze on them a little bit, but let's see if we can get some movement. No, I'm not getting anything, not without killing myself in the process. So we'll try to get under there on the bottom side, get a ratchet on it, and we'll check it out from there. It's turning, but not easy. Ouch. The fan blade's getting in my way. Alright, well, I'm done beating my knuckles up underneath there with the fan getting in the way, and you know how the damn bolt is on those crank pulley are so shallow. It's they slip off really easy. So it turned. I probably got maybe quarter to half rotation around with this thing. So I'm gonna put a battery in there and just kind of slowly bump it, and we'll see what happens. Alright, let's see what happens when we turn key. Alright. Huh?
It's draining.
Got it draining? Good. Alright, let's turn it over. I just need some more juice in the battery, I guess, or a better connection, one of the two.
Have you started it at all?
No, this is the first time I turned it. I tried turning it by hand with a ratchet, but you can't hardly. I turned it just a little bit, but it was hard and busting up my knuckles into there, so it didn't move. So I pulled all the plugs and looked at all the cylinders with a scope. Everything looked clean, nothing rusty and gross. So I figured it probably would turn out. Put some Marvel mystery oil in all the cylinders, so lube them up a little bit. I know this stuff has a great smell. It's like the Kool-Aid for car engines.
Mouthwash.
Yeah, mouthwash for hot rods.
I want mouthwash that smells like.
Yeah. But, so that's a good sign. So I'm gonna hook up a battery charger to it and see if I can get some more faster crank out of it. If I can, I'm gonna check for some spark and put some plug back in it and see what happens. I might be able to get this thing to fire today. Who knows? That'd be cool.
That's an exhaust, like it's regular exhaust.
I haven't even looked into there. I saw a pipe going out the back. That's I think it's just a single exhaust. I don't think it's dual exhaust. But, hopefully there's enough on there. Either way, it's
There's a bunch of dirt in the tailpipe.
yeah. probably so. Alright, we're going to use the official gas feed system and put about a gallon and a half in the gas tank. Hopefully we get some gas coming up through the fuel pump. So let's see if we're going to get lucky on this thing. Get some gas in it, got a battery in it. Let's try to fire it up. It sounds like too much timing. It's a little hard to turn over, so let's see if I can take some timing out of it. I bought this set of distributor wrenches and haven't had a chance to try them out, so let's see if this works on the Mopar. I think these are really for GM, but maybe it'll work. Got to look up the rotation on this distributor. See which way to turn this to retard the timing a little bit. So I took a picture of this a while ago, so see if I can find that. Okay, small block Chrysler. The distributor is going clockwise. So I want to turn it counterclockwise to lessen the advance. Okay, the little wrench did work pretty decent. The battery's acting a little weak, so add the charger to it with some boost and see if I can get some faster spin on the motor. See the spark plug light is flashing, so we're getting spark. It's just been a while since this old girl had run, I guess. You know, I wasn't really quite sure what I was going to get into with this car because the guy said he had owned it for 5 years, and I kept trying to ask him about when the last time it ran and what what the deal is with it, and he never did quite come out and answer the question. But the car was only $1,000, so I wasn't going to sit there and get all detailed about everything and worry about that kind of stuff, because for $1,000 it didn't matter if the motor was junk or not. So I really had my doubts going into this thing. I figured this motor was going to be, well, it really was seized when I first tried to turn it over. I mean, it was very tight, and it was very hard to turn. But I looked at the cylinders; they're all clean, and after turning it over a few times, it's loosened up pretty good. So we'll just keep cranking on it and feeding it some gas, and we got spark, so something's got to happen. Well, the old dart beat me today. I had all these high hopes that I was going to have it running today, figuring I had everything else kind of figured out. But this low voltage, slow turning over of the motor is not getting anywhere fast. So it's frustrating. They always kind of wear you out like this, these old cars. It's just always going to be one thing or another, and none of it's easy to work on, but just have to keep on trucking, keep on working at it. If you want something cool, you got to work hard at it. So not giving up on the old girl yet. Going to regroup, re-energize, and come back ready to make this thing run. Well, I changed out batteries. This one here is holding the charge of these, so let me hook it up and let's see if this thing will turn over like it's supposed to. Okay, definitely turning over better. So, man, all of that time I spent fighting with everything else, thinking it was cables or whatever, which cables still could be bad because I'm bypassing the positive cables, the jumper cables, but still, the whole time it was the dang battery, which is basically brand new. So figure I'd try to keep the choke open. It's 100 degrees, so I don't think I need a choke. I'm feeding it plenty of gas, so it should be okay. I don't know anything about this carburetor. It's a little one barrel. Everything else, we'll just have to see. So I'll just let the battery charge up just a little bit, and so we can try to get as fast of a crank as possible so that maybe I might actually get it to pop. And you know, when you're working on something like this, we've got the fire extinguisher right here to make sure we don't set the whole place on fire just because of a leaking fuel line or something else we don't know about. So just keeping a close eye on everything. It sure is choppy when it's turning over, but that'll all straighten out if I can get her up and running. Let me go find my little jump box, because this battery charger isn't worth the crap for this. Finally got a pop out of it. Look at all this smoke, dust, or whatever it is flying through the air. I don't know if you can see it back there. It's a big cloud anyway. Haha, yes, finally up and running. This is super idle. Woo. Running good. For the first start in I don't know how long. Turn the idle down a little bit, see how it goes. It's a lot smoky. Yeah, we're fixing to have to open up some doors because this is, I don't know if we need a fire extinguisher or just some air. We'll see. Okay, today we're going to work on trying to get some fuel from the fuel tank. I'm going to blow some compressed air backwards through the line from up here at the engine bay. See if I get some bubbles in the tank. And then later we're going to try to bleed these brakes, so maybe we can get some brakes going in this thing. So let's see what the airflow sounds like here. Okay, it's pushing air through there, so let's see. I'll put you back there by the gas tank. You can listen for the noise, the bubbles. Let's see. Okay, there's the gas tank. Listen up. Well, sounds like there was some bubbling going on coming out of that filler neck. So I think whatever was obstructing the line before is cleared out now. So we'll go ahead and hook the line back up, put a little bit more gas in it, and let's see if it'll pull fuel from the tank this time. Okay, we've got the fuel line hooked up. Let's go ahead and try a cold start today, see how it goes. It ran really good yesterday. It's fired right up. I didn't even pump the gas or anything. It's crazy. Pretty high fast idle on the choke, so let me adjust that down. fuel filter is full of gas, so it's pulling gas out of the tank now. So that's awesome. Very good. I can't believe it's carburetor. It's literally reattach these two lines to the master cylinder and put some fluid in it. Let's see if we get lucky, really lucky. I mean, so far I've been very lucky with this car. I have not spent $1 on anything except for some gas to put in it. I mean, the oil in it was clean, transmission fluid is clean, but it does act like it needs some more transmission fluid, so I'll have to put some in there. Of course, you get it idling and check it, see if it's low or not, but it sure acts like it. Anyway, let's see if these brakes will pump up at all. That'd be so awesome if they do. So here we go. I'm almost afraid to touch the pedal. I haven't even tried it. So let's see what we got here. It moved. Okay. That's amazing. First off, let me see if I can see the reservoir here. Let's see if I can stretch you over there far enough to see the reservoir. So maybe you're really lucky that it's maybe the front brakes at least will work. I don't know. Well, after some close inspection and trying to figure out what all that rubbing and wobbling was, jacked the rear end up and took a look at this tire, and it's literally almost about to fall off. So that might be the reason why I was making so much damn noise when I was driving it. We need to try to fix that. I was trying to bleed some air out of this rear drum back here, and just pulled the bleeder screw out completely and it's pumping on the pedal and not get any fluid at all back here. So my guess is that the rubber line up here is that one up there is probably collapsed inside, so it's not letting any fluid through. So it's just a waste of time to be trying to bleed on that. Something interesting here is the rear end of this thing. I don't know if it's like a Dana 44 or what the heck that is, but I'll have to look this up and see what it is. And I'm kind of wondering if it's a sure grip or not, because I noticed yesterday when I did a little burnout in the gravel that it was spinning both tires. So I'm gonna check that out and see. But man, look at underneath this thing. The frame, everything is really good. And the frame all the way back to the bumper back here. The inner trunk drops. Got some kind of, I don't know what that oily residue is in there, but no rust. Up in the wheel wells, all outer wheel wells, everything is solid. I know it's got a little rust right there in that corner, I think on that rear end, but the other side, everything looks really good. It's got a single exhaust running down through there, no dual exhaust. But so far, underneath this thing, the floors and everything look really good. But let me see up there in the front. I'm gonna jack the front end up and try to bleed the front brakes, so hopefully maybe we can at least get front brakes. I'm gonna test to see if it's a posi or not. So we get in here close so you can see the wheel on the other side. So I'm gonna turn this frontwards, and you can see the one on the opposite side's going backwards. So it's not a posi. So I don't know why it hooked up yesterday and spun both tires, but it did. But basically after I got the lug nuts seated in there, shanks in there correctly, the wheel tightens up good and everything's rolling straight. Feels good, nothing else moving around, so I think we're in good shape. Okay, so when I look at this passenger side front wheel, look at the wheel weights and notice they're all chewed up. So what it looks like is it's hitting on the upper control arm up here is my guess, which I'm not quite sure how, because it doesn't seem like it's that close to it. If it was by, it seemed like there's a good 1/4 inch or so, but of course maybe it's self-clearance. And then I started moving the wheel and I noticed a bunch of play up here in the steering, and look at the idle arm, and I'd say that's probably a little wore out, so might need to be replaced, and who knows what else. But anyway, got the bleeder screw out, so I'm getting ready to have that pumped up and see if I get some fluid out of it. So I'm not getting any fluid out at the front wheels either, so just went ahead and disconnected the 2 lines off the master cylinder. Let me pump the brake pedal and see if anything comes out of there. I have a feeling that this master cylinder is junk, which I'm not surprised it's rusty as it is. Okay, the fuel line pulled up out of the gas bottle, so of course it ran out of gas. So. Okay, we're back up and running. Let's see if we got reverse. Ooh, we got reverse. That's good. Reverse. Alright. Try to drive. That drive. Definitely gonna need some more transmission fluid though. I don't know what's rubbing on what, but look at the driveway there. She's still got some power to spin the wheels. Not a whole lot, but some. I don't know what the hell's rubbing on what, but something sounds terrible. There's my cameraman. We ran out of gas. smoke. Still got a little bit of gas. Not much. Just sure suck it up quick. Just handing these transmission fluid. It's slipping out of here like crazy. So it smells good. Yeah, it smells good, oily. It smells like good burnt oil. Yeah, it's burning oil everywhere. But, yeah, she ran the drive. It got reverse and drive, so that's good.
Nice.
I'm happy with
Looks
that.
good.
That's a big win. Our engine that was locked up when I got it was stuck. Unstuck. Very cool. It sounds terrible when I was driving. I don't know what's rubbing on what. The front is rubbing, the back's rubbing. Everything's rubbing on something. So figure out what that is. It's a runner and a driver. That's a good thing.